Welcome. You are now tuned in with Eyesonpodium podcast, and we are here. We are here live in the flesh. I'm here with my brothers, Coach Chris and Henny. We got a lot to discuss today. It's a lot of things happening. Coaches is getting fired. Coaches is getting hired. Coaches is getting resurrected that we thought was retired and done. Teams, a lot of players is on the trade move. If you on the trade mill, if you listen to the trade machine, everybody hitting the trade machine right now. There's a lot to talk about, man. I'm excited for this.
Shout out to Fanspo. They make dreams come true.
Shout out to Fanspo. They do make dreams come true, because I be on there. I swear to God, I'm Leon Rose. Or Bobby Marks. But like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you taking this journey with us. We're here every week. And you know how we start the show off. We start the show off with a fact. And the fact is, we got the best intro music in the business, on YouTube, everywhere. If you don't believe us, just listen. We'll be right back.
I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time, place, we talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next June need 5 rooms, soundproof. Watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out it. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it. I go try my ring, give all of my homies rollies. I'm a hot pig, rolling with me, gon' be low-key. Best believe it's more of us, but today I'm dolly. Grab me by the hand, damn, she don't even know me. Open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed them. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. Yeah. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. Yeah, look, open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. No one should be talking, yeah, eyes on podium. Triple doubles in my sleeve, got protection over me. I don't always gotta speak, but I always gotta speak. Going slow is not for me, ain't nobody holding me. Triple doubles in my sleeve, got protection over me. I don't always gotta speak, but I always gotta speak. Going slow is not for me, ain't nobody holding me. Open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed her. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing. No one should.
Who would have thought Doc Rivers was back? Yo, he got 9 lobs, more like 19, right? Like, you can't get rid of this guy. He loses 3-1 leads, don't matter. He got a job. The players get mad. They want to get traded. Don't matter. He got a job. It don't matter. At the end of the day, the numbers speak. He's a top 15 coach of all time. But how y'all feel about this Griffin getting canned when the Milwaukee Bucks are 30-13, which is the same record as the number 1 team in the West, 30-13, and their coach got fired. So how do y'all, Henny, how do you feel about that? What's your thought process?
Last time a coach got fired in January with a winning record was David Blatt of the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was his first half a year, and they went on and won a championship. And ironically, the Bucks are in the same situation, and I don't think they're gonna win a championship. Doc Rivers is a horrible playoff coach. Yeah, he's not good at all. He's horrible. If you look at his numbers in the playoffs, he's really, really bad. I believe they said it was 111 to 104. He's won 1 championship in 100. I'm not even gonna do what's that? 100 and
200 games.
215. Yeah, 215 games. He's won
Playoff
one
games?
championship. Oh yeah, this is a playoff stat. Oh yeah, I got the numbers right here. Perfect. He's 16-33 when he has 3 wins in a 7-game series. He's lost 32 closeout games. That's an NBA record, by the way. He's lost 7 series when he's leading 3-2. That's an NBA record, by the way. He's lost 10 game 7s. That's an NBA record, by the way. And he lost 12 series where he's holding the series lead. Oh, that's an NBA record, by the way. So him getting this team doesn't really matter. He's a horrible playoff coach, and I love to see your rebuttal about that.
I mean,
Numbers don't lie, by the way.
okay, so I'm just gonna ask you then. I mean, I don't even gotta ask you. That means you feel like this was a terrible move for Milwaukee.
Oh, absolutely. This wasn't an upgrade. Depending on how they felt about their coach, I felt they had a better chance with him than Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers just keeps getting the job and keeps proving nothing. He keeps getting all these stars and doing nothing. He had 1 championship. This is going to be the 22nd year of him being an NBA coach, and he's won Coach of the Year once. And you know how many Hall of Famers he played with? I don't know if you guys are historians in the chat, but he's had Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill on his team. Those guys are Hall of Famers, by the way.
They weren't playing at the same time. There's context.
He still had him on. Did he still have him on the team? Because I could talk about other players he had on.
He
his
was
team.
they were on the
I'm just
roster,
saying-
but they didn't play.
Okay, So he's had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, CP3, Blake Griffin, now Giannis, Dame.
I mean, to his defense,
why?
to his defense, he won with that team. He won with that Celtics team. They won a championship.
One.
I mean, one is more than a lot of people get. Yeah. And they were at the end of honestly, like,
they were all out of their prime.
They were all out of their prime, right? So, you know, I mean, for him to squeeze out one, for him to squeeze out one and then lose to Kobe right after in Game 7, I'm not mad at that.
Right.
So you giving him grace.
For sure. I think Doc Rivers is a great coach. I mean,
being up 3-2, losing 7 times.
I think
NBA record. That doesn't mean anything.
It does. It means something, but there's context, right? Context is king. People say content is king. I say context is king. It's important to understand what the story is, what's going on around the situation, right? So if it's just black and white, like, oh man, this guy's just not good, he wouldn't continue to keep getting resurrected every single time. This guy's like Lazarus. This guy goes to sleep, just raised up every single time. You think he's done. The situation, what happened with him with 76ers, is it really his fault? Really? That James Harden just mailed it in? James Harden is a career playoff stinker, right? And he mailed it in, and they lost. Was that his fault?
Let's not forget about.
Whoa, y'all both can't be talking at the same time. Go, Chris.
Go ahead, Chris.
Let's not forget Ben Simmons not shooting the ball.
Ben Simmons was terrible, and he's still terrible.
These are things that are out of Doc Rivers' control.
That's 1 second. That's not why they lost.
No, it's not. It's why they lost was because
and James Harden actually won them a game as well.
Yeah, he lost them too. And he lost them too. The last Game 6 and Game 7, he lost them.
And Ben Simmons wasn't playing well that series, if I remember correctly.
Ben Simmons hasn't played well since.
He was playing like Ben Simmons.
No, Ben Simmons hasn't been playing like Ben Simmons since they traded Jimmy Butler was there. That was the last time we seen Ben Simmons. Ever since then, it's been missing Ben 10 on every milk carton from New Jersey to Philly to Brooklyn to Florida, everywhere. Can't find him. Actually,
I'm sure Chris Paul faced some injuries during that stint with the Clippers.
Chris Paul was never
down the stretch of those playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Never healthy.
Hamstring injuries, hand injuries.
Blake Griffin in the year
during that series.
Say that again.
During those series, it wasn't injuries.
Yes, it was.
But it was a lot of who's the guy on that team.
The guy on that team was
my bad.
The
coach just didn't. Doc Rivers as a coach should have established that.
I mean, the guy on the team was CP3, and Blake was not okay with that, which is why they kept having issues. This is why every time you see them talk about the Clippers, like those players, they always say, "Oh, we had internal issues, blah blah blah." They want to kind of blame CP and Doc for whatever reason, but I mean, it doesn't really. It's context. You know what I'm saying? If CP doesn't get hurt every single year, Doc Rivers probably got a chip. CP probably gets a chip. If James, the Rockets that year when they lost 3-1 to the Rockets, when Josh Smith came in the game and lit them up. We don't remember that name. Like, we don't remember who Josh Smith is. But when Josh Smith came into the game and lit them up, I think that was Doc Rivers. I'll put that on Doc Rivers for sure. But every other situation is context. Is the situations why, the team just don't win.
It's easy to win regular season when you have more than one superstar on your team most of the time, and he doesn't get the job done. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think Doc Rivers could help Milwaukee have an identity. I feel like that's what they were struggling with. Why, which is what led to the Adrian Griffin firing. I feel like the Bucks were just relying on their talent, which was they have 2 top talents in the NBA, and that's what they were leaning on to get by with wins. Right? We seen them struggle against certain teams like Indiana. Indiana has their number this year, right? And it's because Milwaukee's still struggling on defense, right? So I think Doc Rivers could come in and help with building identity on defense and also on the offensive side too. He can help Dame and Giannis also be more comfortable. Doc Rivers is one of the best coaches, especially coming out of timeouts when it comes to execution. So honestly, I like the move as well. I feel like it brings in a veteran coach, someone who's been there before, been to the playoffs, and I feel like this opportunity just will help elevate Milwaukee to their next level and help understand each other better and help work together better. He brought in the Celtics in 1 year. Remember, they won their chip, I think, his first year. Their first year together. Their first year together, he brought those guys together and won a championship. He can help them build the camaraderie, the chemistry, and helping guys understand their roles and their responsibilities on the offensive and defensive ends. So I definitely like the Doc Rivers pickup. I like the hiring of Doc Rivers personally.
I don't believe him.
Henny doesn't believe in him. Chris is here for it. I'm here for it too. What I'm not here for is how the Milwaukee Bucks organization just been flip-flopping and making a huge mess out of this situation. Makes me nervous as a Damian Lillard fan that he's probably never going to get a championship because he went from one ish show to another ish show, right? Sugar Honey Iced Tea is a kid show. I'm not gonna say the words, but you know what I'm saying. He went from out of the fire pan into the fire, right? So it's like, what's happening for you to hire a coach, right? And I mean, this kind of happened with David Blatt as well. You hire a coach. What was when they hired Adrian Griffin? What was the point? What was the point of hiring him? Did they not believe that they were going to go to the championship? Did they not believe that this was a championship team? Did that all change when Damian Lillard was traded? Like,
yeah, definitely. Griffin is a defensive-minded coach, and they got rid of a defender, top 10, top 5, whatever defender at the guard position, and brought in a top 10 offensive guard. So he's not used to the defensive schemes that maybe someone who doesn't have to work as hard on offense are used to. So that, I think that was the downfall of that. I'm not blaming Dame because he's great enough. You have to use him to what he's good at, and I don't think Griffin was able to bring that in as well. And I also just think that Griffin was just trying to get rid of the Thanasis, in my opinion. He was just trying to get rid of the Thanasis, and Giannis couldn't take it, and he just got rid of him. That's just my opinion. That's my expert opinion. The Thanasis was on the trading block. Giannis took it into his own hands. That's what I think.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. But I mean, so they didn't think this was a championship team when they had Jrue Holiday, they had Grayson Allen, Chris Middleton coming back, Giannis. They didn't think that was a championship team. Brook Lopez signed back. You didn't think that was a championship team? You know what I mean?
If you want to be, if you want to be
Yeah.
honest, Jimmy Butler shook up the East.
Jimmy Butler did shake up the East. He did.
Shook up the East. He shook up the Eastern Conference. I mean, them not being able to get it done. He shook up Milwaukee. He shook up Boston. Like he's the reason these teams are shaking up, because these teams had these championship aspirations last year, going into the playoffs as the favorite. As the favorites.
Every game
Milwaukee and Boston were the two favorites last year.
Right.
And Jimmy knocked them both off. He knocked
Shout
Milwaukee
out to
off first
Jimmy.
round.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, first round.
Knocking Milwaukee off first round, and then he knocked off Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think it's an indictment. I think it's an indictment on the organization for you to fire Coach Bud, then
that was
hire a rookie coach, then fires him 43 games in the season when he's 30 and 13.
That's crazy.
Now I'm looking at Giannis. I'm looking at Giannis now, right? I'm looking at Giannis because he's becoming that superstar who is
A little prima donna in him.
yeah. Excuse me. Because I'm saying you don't. If you're the front office, you don't make that decision of firing your head coach, your championship head coach, without your best player's blessing, right? And then you don't hire another coach, and when their rookie coach without your best player blessing, and they had Nick Nurse. They had Nick Nurse in the fold. Nick Nurse wanted that job. They said nah. Now look what Nick Nurse is doing. He got Doc Rivers' old team. He got Doc Rivers' old team. All right, man. Look, like you said, Chris, Jimmy Butler, he shook up the East. Now, I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. They could be the 8th seed. They could be the 10th seed. It don't even matter. They're a problem. Terry Rozier's over there. He said, "Yo, y'all gonna see what the hype's all about. I want to see it because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Not even a little bit. You're gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to show me, Terry. I ain't scared of that, Terry. This ain't the Terry from Boston. This ain't the Terry from Boston. This is a stat stuffing scoring guard on a terrible team who don't have no discipline, don't play no defense. They're awful. So him scoring 23 points on high volume or whatever the case may be on a trash team means nothing to me. I gotta see it. They gave up a 27 first round pick and a championship vet in Kyle Lowry. Cool. That's a great trade for them if it works out. But I don't believe it. Who's their point guard? Tyler Hero? No. Don't believe it. Show me. But Chris, how you feel about the Terry Rozier trade? You feel like it shook up the East? I feel like it did nothing. They probably in the same position. They probably may not be in a play-in.
I mean, I like it. I think it makes Miami better. They have, I feel like the toughness Terry Rozier brings. He's a gritty dude. He can score the ball. He can facilitate. He can play make. Bringing someone else to play that position. Miami is also a team that needs more playmaking and more scoring. Relying on Jimmy Butler in the regular season is extremely hard because we know that he is cruising throughout the regular season, and we know he's going to switch it on during playoff time. But even during the playoff time, you still need those soldiers to go to battle. And I think Terry Rozier has shown us in the past to be a very, very tough player when he's in the zone and when he's playing his game. And I feel like the Heat culture will bring the best out of him. I think we've seen it, like you said. We haven't seen it. We've seen him doing his thing in Charlotte, but they haven't been that good this year. But when he was in Boston, and I believe it was when IT got hurt. Was it? Somebody got hurt, and Terry Rozier, I believe he was starting.
Oh,
and
Kyrie. Kyrie got hurt.
It was Kyrie.
Kyrie got hurt. Yeah.
Okay, it was Kyrie. Right. It was Kyrie. Kyrie. Kyrie got hurt, and Terry Rozier came out and he was putting on. He was balling. You know, he was showing that he had game, and that helped him, boost his value in the NBA. Clearly, they believed in Kyrie a little more than they believed in him, but Even still, he still has opportunity. He still has a spot in the league. So I just feel like him going over to that Heat culture with that tough mindset that he has, and he's a gritty, grindy player, and he could bring a lot to the table. So I like the pickup. I just for the Heat culture, I really love the pickup. I love the pickup.
Henny?
I agree. It's a great pickup. Yo, you can't. I've seen it. Like how you feel is how everybody felt when they were in the play-in last year.
I don't believe it.
They don't. Neither. Yo, I'm pretty sure neither did anybody on that team believe it, but they get it done. They got it done.
It's a culture, boy.
A dead clock.
Look. It's only right twice a day. But
a dead clock is right twice a day.
You can call it a fluke. They beat the Bucks. Cool. Boston fully healthy. Now what? They beat them. They go to the finals.
I feel like I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Henny. I just feel like it's so hard to call series a fluke when your team is healthy and my team is healthy and we're playing, right? I could call beating you one game a fluke, but winning multiple series where I gotta beat a team 4 times, that is hard to call a fluke. You are clearly doing something right. You had the right scouting report. You played and did what you had to do for your team to be successful. I really find it hard. Yeah, everyone calls it a fluke because that's what they didn't expect. But that team came in with the belief, with the process planned out, with the game plan, and executed against these teams. They knew what these teams were bringing to the table. They knew who these teams had on their team. They knew that these teams were the favorites. They went out there and did what they're supposed to do. So how can we call it a fluke if it's not just one game? You beat them in a series multiple times. They were the better team.
Terry Rozier is God. Sorry, God, Chris.
No, I'm done. I was done.
Terry Rozier is an excellent addition. Kyle Lowry, having his ups and downs, he was averaging 8 points. Even if Terry Rozier averaged half his points, he's still averaging more than Kyle Lowry. Terry Rozier's averaging 23. There's no way they could lose with that. And they are not in need of a point guard when your center could dribble, your power forward could dribble, your small forward could dribble, your shoot guard could dribble, and obviously, what's his name? Hero. He's playing the point guard. I think that their different style is what's gonna carry them in the playoffs.
Yeah, Bam also initiates a lot of their offense, like you said, like their center. Right. Bam can control an offense himself. He kind of plays that Draymond role that the role Draymond plays for Golden State. He plays that for Miami. He's able to facilitate. He's able to get guys in spots. He plays defense. And again, yeah, man, that's just that gritty grind and that culture over there. They didn't have a real point guard last year either.
Right.
It was the same thing. So and they won without it. I think Gabe Vincent was their starting point guard. Same kind of player, kind of like Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
Like he's not a facilitating point guard. He's a scorer. So I think now, Miami just put themselves in a position they were in last year.
Right, and right now they're down 4 points to the Memphis Grizzlies. Terry Rozier, I'm gonna tell you how much he has right now. Terry Rozier is 3 for 10. All right, next topic. Get me off the screen. Next topic. Get me out of here, please.
I read they're bringing him in the rotation slowly.
Did he start?
Yeah, that's a lot. Now he ain't start, but he didn't
start.
Let's go. Keep it going. Come on. Next.
Kevin Durant.
Henny, do you think he's gonna start?
Looking at the roster, yes, they got Josh Richardson starting right now. He's definitely gonna start.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna start.
Yeah, scary Terry not starting, but Kevin Durant, GOAT discussion. Draymond Green said you not in the GOAT discussion until you go do what Curry did. Till you go carry your team to the championship by yourself in a sense of only All-Star.
It's so funny.
Is it valid? Is that valid?
That's just funny.
I think it is 110% valid. Because no, this is why. And Dre said it too. A lot of people didn't give Steph Curry a lot of the credit in those 2 championships that they won with Kevin Durant, right? Kevin Durant already had taken his flack for going to the Warriors, right? Right. But, he got rewarded because he got rewarded with the 2 finals MVPs.
Right.
So for all of the outsiders looking in, it looks like it was the Durant show, right? But a lot of people don't see what Steph Curry brought to the table in those series and in those finals, right? HB, you said it yourself. Steph Curry is an engine himself. He is an offense by himself.
Right.
People don't understand by just his presence on the floor what it brings to the table, right? And because of all of the discredit that he got, Steph Curry went out and proved everyone wrong. He went out and got himself a championship, right? Putting that organization on his back. I feel like we need to see Kevin Durant be able to do the same thing. Like, I really agree. I feel like that is what will take you to that pedestal of that GOAT conversation. Yeah, you won the finals MVPs. Yeah, you won the championships. But have you carried an organization
to a championship?
To a championship, right? You carried it and you won your, not carried, but you won your 2 championships and your 2 finals MVP. But you still weren't the face of that franchise.
So let me ask you a question though. If he wins a championship with the Phoenix Suns, do you still say the same thing? Devin Booker's on his team. He's not the best player on his team, right? Well, he's not the face of the franchise. Devin Booker's there. So like, if Kevin Durant goes ahead and they win a championship, Devin Booker's the Finals MVP. It is not Kevin Durant. Like, what does that do for his legacy? Like, what do you know what I mean? Does that count, Henny? What you thinking? Like, does that count or nah?
Still think it don't count.
No.
Nah, I mean, if he wins enough. So I got Curry as the 10th all-time greatest in my list, and KD is 11 after Curry won. I put him in my top 10 greatest. KD, if he wins, he might can take that from Curry. I don't necessarily care who's on the team, just the difficulty of how you won, the adversity of what you went against. Because him with Curry, Curry winning by himself was great. That's why I put him over KD. But KD is still you still got to put the ball in the hoop regardless of who's on the court. I get it's a little bit easier, yes.
It's a lot easier, and it's kind of
a lot easier.
Great teams have lost.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course. But Steph Curry has won a championship without Durant twice.
One after and one before.
One before and one after.
Look, I agree with the statement. All I'm saying is Kevin Durant is right there. He's right there in the talk.
As a player, absolutely. But I feel like to just propel you into the conversation as a GOAT in the league, like for certain generations, Steph Curry could be somebody's GOAT. Yeah.
So is there a point in time where Kevin Durant is a GOAT? And if it's not, like, what? I mean, that's the question that he was asking. What haven't he done? He feel like he's done everything. He has MVPs. He has everything.
I feel like his degree, his skill keeps him at 11 for me, but his degree of difficulty wasn't that hard.
Right.
But
I agree.
He's still very skillful than a lot of players. You know.
Oh, of course. Yeah. The skill set is undeniable.
It's hard to put him there. It's hard. I don't think he's in the GOAT conversation. He still has time to change minds. So
I mean, he has a little bit of time. I don't even know if there was ever a time that he was the best player in the league. Undoubtedly.
would you say his MVP year?
Was LeBron playing?
I think. Yes, he won over LeBron. I think his first year with the
Warriors.
Warriors, he probably was the best player in the NBA.
Probably.
I felt like it looked that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, I
sure.
feel
I mean, it looked that way. It looked that way because of what was around him.
Exactly.
It
I feel like
made everything so much easier.
I feel like that's the best team ever created. That 2017 Warriors.
Oh,
team.
yeah.
A lot of people would disagree because they didn't get it. They didn't get the job done. I
What do you
talked to
mean?
a lot of people about that. Because Jordan did it. They was going for the.
I'm not talking about the 73 win team. That's 2016.
Disregard.
Yeah,
Disregard. He wasn't on that team. Disregard.
Yeah, that team was better than the 73-9 team.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
And even that, Steph Curry did that
by himself.
by himself.
Only All
And
Star.
also, it's the accolades. It's the accolades
Being
too.
being
You gotta
the
have
first
accolades.
unanimous MVP in history.
Right in the league of LeBron.
In the
That's
league of
nuts.
LeBron. I'm glad you said it.
That's nuts.
In a league of LeBron,
Right.
having the best NBA record to ever happen in the history of the NBA. Like he broke
That's
history 3 times
history.
in his league.
Right.
Three
He was the
times
first-
he broke
was One of
history.
the first. Yeah, he was the first to lose down up 3-1. It's crazy. He has a lot of history on him.
We ain't even talking about LeBron. Like you just gotta bring it there. I'm not even talking about LeBron.
You mess with me when I just say something nice. You poke me. You poke me. It's your fault. I try to be nice. I try to be nice, but you poke me.
This guy, LeBron.
All I said was you said it.
But you poked me. You ain't had to
Come on,
acknowledge it.
boss.
You could have just kept going.
Come
That's
on, boss.
hilarious.
Just kept going. You could have just kept going.
But yeah, I there's just certain things that Steph has accomplished
Right.
that like he broke history twice in 1 year. And it's just as him being the sole engine of an organization team, like the team. And it's hard to put KD up there as a GOAT. Especially over Steph. Like I agree with Henny. I can't put KD over Steph.
I think if he stayed in Brooklyn and ended up winning in Brooklyn eventually, okay. Right? Like,
agree with
okay.
that.
But you left. Like, I think that was so... I mean, I don't have the inner workings of the situation. I'm just looking from afar. And from afar, it was lame.
Yeah.
Right? Kyrie don't want to be here no more. I want to go. Send me to the Phoenix Suns, right? For four picks and two studs, 2 role playing studs. And now the Brooklyn Nets are so far behind from doing that trade. It's insane.
To be in the GOAT, you have to have a resume or something that just makes you better than everybody else. Like what makes him better than...
I mean, he's probably the best scorer ever. And I think that's more of like, if you want to talk about GOAT scorers, cool. But you're not...
And he's not
And you have
he's
to
not
say GOAT
even
scoring.
he's
I'm
not
talking about GOAT.
he's not even the GOAT scorer. Like he is one of them.
It's Jordan.
But right. So even still, it's hard to say like Kevin Durant, yeah, he's one of the best scorers we've ever seen.
Ever.
But he's still not the GOAT scorer.
I think he is. I think he's better than Jordan. For sure.
At scoring,
Yeah. For sure.
no worries. This will be on TikTok later, guys. No worries.
Kevin Durant is definitely a better scorer than Michael Jordan. 100%. How is he not? What?
I mean, I could see
I'm not
I could
saying that.
see the
Hold on, Chris.
argument.
I'm not saying that he's a better player than Michael Jordan. That's not what I'm saying. But the art of scoring, he's better than Michael Jordan. 100%.
He's more of a versatile scorer than Michael Jordan. I mean, I could agree with that. Michael Jordan didn't really shoot threes. Kevin Durant is a way better 3-point shooter.
He's a
Kevin Durant-
way
Kevin
better
Durant is
shooter. Kevin Durant is probably the second best shooter of all time. Period.
You sure it's not?
Who?
Duncan?
Dunking who?
According to Duncan Robinson, according to Udonis Haslem. Duncan Robinson is the better
Shout out
shooter.
to UD. I don't got nothing negative to say about UD. Shout out to UD. But I disagree. Not Duncan Robinson. Sorry. Shout out to UD though. Love him. But yeah, no way. Talking about scoring, the NBA. Shout out to Kobe. The legend, a GOAT, could be the GOAT.
Sorry, I just gotta say this. I just got to. Jordan in his career hit 581 threes.
Yeah, Curry could do that in a year.
Yeah, that's to the point of versatility. He has.
I mean, it's a different league, right? I'm not gonna go crazy and say like, man, you know what I mean? Because it's difficult to compare eras, and I understand that. But at the same time,
Totally different time.
At the same time, Kevin Durant is the best we've seen shoot. It's behind Curry, he's the best shooter we've ever seen.
But even to your point though, right?
At any
with
height,
the whole era thing. I feel like in that era we didn't really see anybody that was shooting threes at that kind of clip, right?
True.
Nah, they weren't.
If you were a 3-point shooter, you were a spot up 3-point shooter. You weren't somebody that had the ball in your hand and you were controlling the game and you were putting up 8 to 9 threes a game.
Yeah.
With the ball in your hands all game.
Yeah.
You know, so it is it's a totally different era. So I mean,
I agree.
we don't know what could have happened if that era was like that and what basketball players would have been working on at that time, you know? So
I just felt like it's like when somebody tells me Mario's the best game of all time. And I'm like, you still in the 80s, bro. You play Nintendo still? What we doing?
Don't tell my son that he thinks Mario's the best game.
I'm just saying. Big score, like I said, big scoring numbers from Kobe 81 anniversary when he went crazy. He scored 81 points. The mama mentality. He scored 60 points in 3 quarters. The previous couple games before when he played the Mavericks and sat out the 4th quarter.
Well, yep. 3 quarters.
Talking about 3 quarters, Cat Williams. Shout out to Cat Williams.
Whoa.
Karl Anthony Towns, Cat. He scored 62 points in the 3 quarters. For the whole game actually. 58 in 3 quarters, something like that.
58 and 3 quarters.
He ended with 62 in a loss because he's not a winning player, but we'll get there. Well, I'll get there. Right, you know what I mean? But Joel Embiid scored 70. That was amazing.
70 points.
I think we got to give some love to Joel Embiid. KD had an awesome night too. He scored 40, I believe, off of 100% shooting.
No free
it was
throws.
insane. No free throws.
He ain't shot
No free throws.
So yeah, man, let's talk about this 81, the scoring. How did y'all feel about did y'all know that Embiid was gonna go crazy? Did you see it coming?
So after the first quarter, I don't know if y'all remember, I said y'all I think he ended the first quarter with 24 points. I texted y'all and said he was going for 70. I honestly did not believe my text message. Because I just know how that goes. I just know it goes up to 60 and then they usually sit down, but he went for the 70. It was he was scoring in a multitude of ways. Joel Embiid has proven to probably be the most dominant player in the NBA at the moment. He's up to 36 a game. He's averaging 36 points a game. I also think he took this game very personally as he sees the newcomer, Victor Wemby, coming into the league, and I think he wanted to welcome him and say, tonight is going to be your night to be welcomed to the NBA. So he said, I'm going to drop 70 on your head and show you what a long night against me looks like and what you have to look forward to until I'm out this league. So Victor Wembanyama, welcome to the NBA.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. He didn't force it. He didn't force it, unlike Karl Anthony Towns, who forced everything in the 4th quarter and got benched. I think that's extremely pathetic for you to get benched after scoring 62 points. That's pathetic. And
Someone had to whisper in his ear and say, Joel got 70, bro. Try to beat that.
Yep. And let me tell you something.
That's exactly what happened.
I don't want Carl Anthony Towns. Yeah.
Anthony Edwards. They would say Anthony Edwards. You know how open he is. Shout out to the future face of the league. He was like, "Yo, we kept asking like how much Joel got, and we was trying to get Cat the ball to make sure that he got it too."
Their coach said it was a disgusting display of basketball. It was immature. They deserve to lose. They didn't deserve to win that game. And
right.
we have a bunch of conversations about Karl Anthony Towns. There was a point in time where I definitely wanted him on my team. I don't want him nowhere near my team. I don't want him nowhere near my organization. Nowhere. Like, yes, he's a great player. But up here, he don't got it. Like, he don't got it. He worries about the wrong things. The wrong things, like, all the time. Which is why he's never won. He's never been in the playoffs until the other day with Anthony Edwards. But you're the best shooting big. But you're the best big shooting big, right? Like, you're the best big shooting big ever, right? No. I'm sorry. No. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. And he's going to get paid $60 million next year. Absolutely not. Yikes is right. Yikes is right.
Nice.
60 million.
So nice for him.
Any day on my team.
Yep, your team will be losing.
He's been in an organization who don't know how to put a team around him. They have a versatile center, and what they do, they went and got another center.
Because he's terrible in defense. Because he got smoked in the playoffs against John Morant. They like, yo, we got to go get somebody who can play the 5 because he can't. He can't guard a bank with 2 cannons.
Better offensive rating than Julius Randle.
Yeah, because he's a good offensive player. Cool.
Defensive rating.
When you sit standing next to Rudy Gobert, you have a great defensive rating too.
Yeah. So we have Mitchell. We're good.
I'm just saying, just in general. You stand next to Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, 3-time defensive player of the year.
He's the Captain America on his team. That's all. He ain't never had a Captain America on his team.
What's Anthony Edwards?
He's getting there. He's not a leader. He just exposed their whole bench.
Come on.
He just exposed their whole bench.
He said he's not a leader.
To the media.
Who's the leader?
He don't have no media training.
Who's the leader?
On who?
On Timberwolves.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Mike Conley, exactly. 38 years old Mike Conley. He's about to be gone next year. What's going to happen?
Yeah, so come to the Knicks.
No. Do not come to my team. No, absolutely not.
Cat is not listening to a 38-year-old, but he'll listen to somebody who's his age.
No. Nah, he going to be like, yeah, I just wanted to get off a little bit. I felt the crowd.
Julius Randle listens.
Julius Randle is better than Karl Anthony Towns.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't need Julius. I don't need that man nowhere near my team. Talking about the Knicks, they was in Brooklyn last night, and they smoked them. But that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that a little after. I really want to discuss how.
You're just gonna skip it.
We're gonna go to the next. I really want to discuss how Brooklyn Nets are at another dead end. How did they get here? How do you not control your next 4 picks? Houston controls them. Do they got picks? They got the Suns pick, which is Suns picks from the KD trade, which is cool. However, they're in no man's land. They're too good to get a bottom pick, to get a high pick, and they're not bad, and they're too good to get a high pick, and they're not bad enough. You get what I'm saying? They're in purgatory. They're in the middle. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what's going to happen. Do they trade their pieces and get more picks? Don't know, because they don't have any incentive to lose, because they don't control their own picks. So where do they go from here? They got a couple great pieces they can let go of. Royce O'Neal, he could get a first-round pick. 2 seconds at least. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's on an expiring contract as well as Royce O'Neal. They just paid Cam Johnson. Cam Thomas don't play when he should. Everybody want to get rid of Jacques Vaughn. He just got an extension, so he ain't going nowhere. So like, what happens? The Brooklyn Nets went from superstars on their team to fans coming in the arena wearing garbage bags. Right? Like, how did we get here? How did they get here? What do they do? Sean Marks, what do you do? Chris, what do they do?
The Nets need a whole total rebuild from top to bottom. They have to. I feel like you have to be able to get some picks. You have to trade some pieces and get some picks. They have nothing to look forward to in their future.
So sad.
Which means that you have to. I think they just need to rebuild. Like you're not pulling. I don't think you're pulling a superstar anytime soon. You just lost 2 high-valued superstars that the league has to offer. 2 of the best. No, I'm lying. 3 of the best.
3 of the best.
3. It was 3. 3 of the best. 3 of the best the NBA has to offer. You lost in basically one season.
One of the biggest choke jobs ever.
That the NBA has ever seen.
Ever
seen.
Ever.
I don't think we've ever seen anything
How
like that.
How do you get bamboozled twice? Danny Ainge bamboozled you when he sent you old behind Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. They were past the hill, like past the hill, and you traded everything for them. You had Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. Don't remember who they 5 was.
Brooke Lopez.
Brooke Lopez. Max contract, Brooke Lopez. Max player, Brooke Lopez. 20 and 10, Brooke Lopez.
I believe this was before he started shooting the tree.
Unstoppable low post presence, Brooke Lopez.
Yep.
ISO Joe. Paul Pierce, the truth. But and you know what happened with their picks? Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
Imagine. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Nets organization is looking like a joke right now. Mikal Bridges, please get out of there.
Mikal Bridges, please
get out of there. Please get out of there.
Because during this KD era, short KD era, people just constantly ask me, "Oh, you gonna be a Knicks fan still?" Yes, I am. You don't buy your team. This is what happens when you buy your team. When your owner wants to win immediately. He just gets the team. Okay, let's start getting players. What does it cost? What does it cost us? Picks? I don't care about that. That doesn't put money in my pocket. Send whatever they want for these players. And
then when you lose, and then if you don't win, your whole future is the future of your franchise is at stake.
Right. Not knowing those picks are actually worth money, because if you get the first pick, people are going to come in to see that. And now that you have no business coming in, you're losing money. Because Knicks fans are only coming to the game because the Knicks are playing, not to watch Mikal Bridges play.
JJP.
That's who y'all got.
That was a Knicks home game yesterday.
Yeah, it definitely was.
JJP NYC said sounds like the Knicks years ago. I don't know. I don't feel like the Knicks ever really traded their draft picks to the point that they was terrible.
Yeah, we used our draft picks. We drafted bad players.
They just draft terrible players.
Yeah.
You can say that again.
They
Shout
draft
out to Franklin Okina.
Terrible players.
Shout out to Kevin Knox.
Shout out to Kevin Knox. His little brother is nice.
Yeah.
Big question of the year.
Shout out Obi Toppin.
Shout out to Jacob Toppin. Big question of the year. Is it too soon to call Jalen Brunson a superstar? Do you feel like he's a superstar? Is he playing like a superstar? Is he overrated? Is he underrated? Candace Parker don't think he's a 1A. Becky Hammond don't think he's a 1A. They are on Twitter on X copping please, because the Knicks fans is on a bumper. Because if you're gonna come for the Knicks, you're gonna come for these teams, not just the Knicks, right? Like you can tell that these commentators on ESPN, on TNT
don't watch the game.
They do not watch the games. They don't watch the games, so they just start saying crazy stuff, old narratives from 20 years ago. What are we talking about? What are you saying? But Jalen Brunson is a bucket. He's been going crazy. Too late, too early to call him a superstar, Henny? How you feeling about that?
Jalen Brunson is officially a superstar. He's without a doubt a superstar. I don't care if the playoffs are not here. Let's see what he does in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. You can call Shea a superstar. He hasn't even touched the playoffs. You know, he's beaten these so-called superstars twice. Donovan Mitchell, how you doing? So what more does he have to do? He's had a winning record as the 1A player for 2 years in a row. I don't think we're going to end at 500. Please do not show me this tape if we end under 500. But he's going to end with a winning record. 2 years in a row being 1A player, having Julius Randle on his team. That's a superstar in itself. You know. Shaq finally gave him some credit. He said he reminds him of Allen Iverson. I think that's a beautiful analogy. Yes, he reminds me of Allen Iverson as well.
Small guard, able to do anything.
Small guard, he's able to do anything. I think people criticize our players because they're on the Knicks. If they were anywhere else, they'd probably be MVP. It's just because of the name of the player and who's it attached to.
Yeah,
I don't know much about RJ anymore because he's not a Knick.
Yeah, I could definitely agree. I think Jalen Brunson has propelled himself to the superstar level, and I think he showed it last year too as well. But this year, I feel like with all of the negative comments, I know he heard it. And I feel like that put the battery in his back and just said, "I'm gonna show them." And I feel like since those comments came out that he can't be the 1A and he's just too small, I feel like Brunson he's been ripping into every single team that he put. He's been on a tear. Like he has brought it up a level, like another notch, where he is just getting to his spots at will, frying teams at will. Like he's just in a zone where he is unstoppable, and the only person that could get in his way is himself.
That play just now over Claxton was crazy. He usually takes his time to pivot, but Claxton's a defender. That was a very smart move. He pivoted and just went fast because Clarkson couldn't keep up with that. Claxton couldn't keep up with that.
Brunson is just he's playing relentless basketball. Like he has his foot on teams' necks, and he's literally stepping on the gas. Like he is not holding back. Every night I feel like he's going to try to get 30 a game. Seriously, I can see he does effectively and efficiently.
What are we saying here?
The last 10 games he's averaging 29 points, 8 assists, and 3.7 rebounds.
What are we talking about?
If Curry was doing that, oh my God.
If Curry was doing that, it would be plastered everywhere.
Everywhere. But it's the Knicks, so that's what they're gonna do. Everybody who's been on the inside know what's up. They know what's up.
And he's shooting 42% from the 3-point line.
Tough. Lord, how much is Curry shooting from?
Curry?
Lord, yeah. I'm gonna check it. No worries. He's shooting.
He's shooting
49%. I'm just saying, if Curry was to do this, the amount of
attention.
He would get.
How much is Curry shooting from three?
And respect.
40%, but 39.7. But I'll give him the grace. 40%.
How many attempts? It shows you.
Probably 11.
Brunson shooting 42%. Brunson shooting 42% off of 7 attempts, which is
not bad. That's great.
Yeah, he's getting them up.
And Curry shooting 11.
So I gotta ask a question: is he a top 5 point guard? Like right now in the league, is he a top 5 point guard?
Yes,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Without a
Shea,
doubt.
Luka, Curry, Brunson. Without a doubt.
Shea, Luka, Curry, Brunson. Shea, Luka, Curry, Brunson. Fox?
Don't care.
So after Brunson, I don't give that down.
Don't care. I don't care. He's there. He's there. And he's probably been here. But people are now seeing because he torched their favorite team. People have to put respect on his name, man.
Put respect on Jalen Brunson's name, bro. He's out here.
Absolutely.
He's doing his thing. He needs his respect. You don't even have to give it to him. He gonna take it. Because whatever player, whoever you think is that guy, he smoked them this year. Besides Tyrese Halliburton, I don't think he smoked Tyrese.
Tyrese could be 5.
Tyrese probably could be 4. And then Brunson's a great leader too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Again, he's playing with Julius Randle, and that's what they're doing.
So Leon Rose is gonna make a move. He has to make another move. We've been on Fanspo. We've been on a trade machine going crazy, trying to figure out who should the Knicks get at the deadline. Wait. He said Koski said if Ja wasn't injured, he would be top 5 guards. Maybe not. Maybe, but maybe not. Ja Morant is extremely explosive, but it's very possible. Ja Morant's like that. 100%. He's like that. 100%.
Let me look up what he had before he went down in the 9 games. He averaged 25.
But I want to say, who should, I don't know who should the Knicks get. It's been a couple of players that I've you know what I mean, I've hit in the trade machine. I'm gonna go with either Alec Burks because they need a wing player who's an isolation scorer, somebody, and then he's already been in the Fox hand with these people already. He knows the coaching staff. So it'll be a seamless transition. That's my pick for them to go get. Henny, you said we was talking earlier. I would love for you to tell the people your pick and how it can happen. Who's your pick?
So this is a wild trade. It takes a 3-team trade. I've done it in Fanspo. It works. It's just if they're gonna say yes. So allegedly, the Lakers would get Murray, but they don't want D'Lo in return. They're asking them to get
Hawks don't want D'Lo.
Hawks don't want D'Lo. Yeah, they're asking them to get another team to get involved. So I'm thinking, hey, why don't the Knicks come involved to make this a 3-team trade where the Hawks will send Murray to the Lakers, the Lakers will send D'Lo to the Knicks, and the Knicks will send Fournier and Grimes to the Hawks. And there you go. Yeah, and then we can talk about the picks. Who gets what? I'm pretty sure Lakers and Knicks are going to give up some picks.
Yeah, Lakers and Knicks will definitely have to give up probably a pick each. The Hawks said they only want, not only, but the Hawks.
JJP said Alec Burks is still in his Knicks contract.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Funny. That's funny.
But yeah, the Hawks said that they want 2 picks, at least 2 first-round picks, and a rotational player.
Right. And
so
they got both.
So I mean, to send Fournier and Quentin Grimes to Atlanta and maybe a pick, and then Atlanta sends DeJounte Murray to the Lakers. Lakers send D'Lo to the Knicks, and then D'Lo is that 6-man off the bench, that bench scoring that they need. Whose minutes will he take? Quentin Grimes minutes, Miles McBride minutes.
Right. And that's That's about 25.
And that's about 25. You can sneak. Right now, D'Lo's averaging 29 minutes a game.
Yeah, you could sneak him a few four
You could probably
somewhere.
sneak him somewhere in the extra minute or two. Him and Josh Hart.
I can chip off DiVincenzo's minutes a little bit.
Probably not, but DiVincenzo is shooting 43% from the field, bro. Yeah.
Can he play the center? Can D'Lo play center?
D'Lo is getting them shots up, and he's lighting it up.
Yeah. Well, look, that's what the Knicks need. The Knicks are unbelievable on defense. Their bench is unbelievable on defense, but they just can't put the ball in the hole. They don't know where your shot gonna come from. They really missing the score on.
D'Lo don't play defense. JJP. No, he does. He's not great at defense. However, he's going to have great defenders around him. So when you have great defenders around you, it makes you look like you play good defense. And he doesn't need to play
like IT on Boston.
Like Jalen Brunson on the Knicks. Jalen Brunson was getting cooked. Cam Johnson was cooking Jalen Brunson. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, first of all, why is he guarding him? Why is he guarding him?
OG had to guard. OG was trying to guard. What's his name? Bridges. But Cam started getting hot. He had to go to Cam.
And then Bridges got hot.
Right. It's like it's nothing you could do.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
No.
So barring health, how would you feel about Malcolm Brogdon?
I feel like
that too.
I feel like Malcolm Brogdon costs more than D'Lo.
Yeah.
So money wise, it's too expensive.
I mean, it's not that it's too expensive. I mean, Brogdon is $22.5 million this year and next year, right? He has a team option, which is good because it's a controllable asset, right? However, D'Lo got 17, 18 next year. Player option. He may opt out, may not, but he's still a player that could come off the bench and probably will be able to thrive in that system coming off the bench. Being given the opportunity to just score. We just need you to score. Go run pick and roll 1,000 times and score and kick it out to the shooters. Right. You know what I mean?
So I understand that, but is he gonna be comfortable in that role? Like for a team,
that's the thing. You just have to.
That's why I would rather like a Brogdon, because Brogdon is used to that role. He buys into that role, right? Is D'Lo gonna be there and then start complaining like, I want more minutes here, or I feel like I should be ending games?
Well, he just made a statement. I don't know if you've seen it. He was like, "I'm not gonna cry. I'm gangster."
Bro, we don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah,
well,
they
be trying to make everything a story.
The question was, about him being on the bench. Did he said I didn't cry about being on the bench. I'm gangster. That's what.
Right, but even still, it ain't even about crying, right? I mean, it is.
If you bring him off the bench, he's not going to complain. That's what I'm trying to say. That's it.
But it's not even if he don't complain. Is he bought in though?
He's gonna buy in.
Okay.
I feel like that culture that they have over there with the Villanova boys, he's gonna buy in. Oh, he doesn't play, but he will buy in. I think he will buy in.
Okay.
Because now look at it now, right? Look at it now. The New York Knicks' biggest weakness is the bench. You bring D'Lo there, shores it up. You still got Deuce McBride there, shooting great. Deuce plays great defense, phenomenal. Whoever the lead guard is, Deuce could guard them.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Whoever that lead guard may be, Deuce could guard them.
And they're playing the bench. Remember, they're playing the bench.
And they're playing the bench. They're not playing like the starter. They're not playing the starters.
Yeah. I just checked the defense. It's about the same. D'Lo is 118 defensive rating. Jalen Brunson is 116. So it's about the same.
Give or take.
The lower the number, the better the defense. And for offensive rating, the higher the number, the better the offense. Just to help people out.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like for sure D'Lo's a good pick, man. D'Lo's a good pick coming off the bench. The rotation would be D'Lo, Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Precious Achua, and Julius Randle maybe.
Oh, playing with the bench?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm putting OG out there.
I didn't say
I have
OG.
to.
Nah.
No.
OG.
Nah,
I'm
you said
sorry.
Julius.
OG
You said, yeah.
could play the four.
I'm putting with
and
that
Precious.
lineup. I gotta put OG out there. I have
Cool.
to. I have to.
Him and Precious run pick and roll. You got OG in the corner. You got Deuce in another corner. And you got Josh Hart just doing winning things. Whatever. He just be all over the place. Just doing winning stuff.
It's possible, man. It's possible.
Even D'Lo running the pick and roll with Achua.
That's what I'm saying. D'Lo run the pick and roll with Achua. OG in the corner. Deuce in the other.
You make it take some minutes from Jalen Brunson, and I only say this because he plays a lot of unnecessary minutes because his backup is McBride. That's all I'm saying.
And Brunson could play alongside D'Lo.
Yeah,
D'Lo too. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He could, but I wouldn't do it unless we play in the Pistons.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't dare put them both on the court at the same time. I mean, it's going to happen. Like, if it was to happen, it probably will happen.
Yeah.
Because, fouls, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Somebody's out. It
Right.
could happen. But if it was a situation where I'm willingly doing that, if Tibbs is willingly doing that, he should be fired right away. They should not be on the court at the same time. Willingly.
Lakers are interested in Trae Young. I would love to see it. I would love to see Trae Young on the LA Lakers. I don't know how they do it, but I would love it. I would love to see Trae with a big like Anthony Davis. It will show up his defense. I mean, Trae is just he can't guard nobody, but with Anthony Davis behind you, it's much easier.
Put Terry and Prince next to him.
Whoever, put anybody next to him. But I love Trae Young on the Lakers. I think that would be great for Hollywood. That would be box office, like Stephen A says all the time. Box office. I love it. I love to see it. I hope they do it. I hope they get it done. But the Hawks obviously don't want D'Lo. They would have to probably give up Reeves, D'Lo, Rui, a couple picks. And you know what? It's worth it.
Oh, yo, absolutely. Adding Trae Young would be explosive to the Lakers. He brings that other side on offense now. You have a dynamic with Trae and AD in the pick and roll. Now you have a dynamic in transition with Trae and LeBron. LeBron can get out in transition. LeBron doesn't have to be on ball so much. And to Henny's point, which he always says, LeBron is 39 years old. The Lakers cannot rely on LeBron so much. Don't do that. The Lakers cannot rely on LeBron so much to be able to win games every single night in and night out.
Right.
Having Trae Young there will take so much pressure off of him, especially scoring wise. LeBron doesn't have scoring wise and being so ball dominant. Seeing LeBron and Trae Young in transition, I feel like that right there.
Lakers got two picks.
JPP, they got two
Gary.
picks. The last was this 2027 and 2029, I believe.
Yeah, they got two first. They got two first tradable picks because there's a rule that you can't trade back-to-back picks, and I think they traded their 25th pick, so they can only trade their 27th pick. They got a 26th first rounder, but they can't trade it because they traded their 25th. So they only can trade the 27th first round and the 29th first round. Yeah. And I would trade both of them for Trae Young.
Oof. Yeah, because you'll still after LeBron.
You still got AD.
At 55, you'll still have AD and Trae Young. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that's a great future.
It's a great future.
Trae and AD.
Trae Young was supposed to be Kyrie. LeBron wanted to stop being that guy a long time ago. It was supposed to be Kyrie, but he wanted to go to Boston.
Yeah. I think Trae will be great for Hollywood.
For sure.
Yeah,
him and AD will be very, 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 very tough.
LeBron probably will play like 10 minutes.
And Trae liable to go for, and they also needed scoring. They also need somebody that can score down the stretch of games as well. Like than not just rely on AD or LeBron.
The thing with Atlanta is they need a reset. They need a reset.
Atlanta needs a reset.
They hit the ceiling with this team, and they've gone as far as they can go. They found a gem in Jalen Johnson, who's been sitting on the bench for the last 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. So they found a gem in him. They can low-key build around him, see what they got, get a couple of picks, get some more players, and go from there. But this team has met a ceiling. They thought they had something with Murray. When they picked up Murray, they thought they could get over that, break the ceiling, get over that hump. They couldn't. Yeah. It's time to pack it up and rebuild. Get what you can for Trae Young while it's not too late.
While it's not too late, because right now his value is high.
Extremely high.
Just like Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick always trades a player a year or two early instead of a year or two late.
Mm-hmm. Sell him while he hot.
Sell him while he hot.
Sell him while he hot.
Eyes on Podium podcast. We here. Like, comment, subscribe. If you in the chat, like the video. Send it to your friends. Send it to whoever. We spoke about a lot today. Run it back, replay gang. If you missed it. Yeah, y'all got anything to say to the people?
Make sure you follow us on all our socials too. We got content coming out every day, twice a day. Stay in tune with us. We're gonna try to soon up our stream. The people need to hear us. They need to hear us.
Yeah. We send out league alerts too. When the breaking news happens, we will be posting it. We will be posting it on our stories.
Tap in, bro.
Tap in.
We at the ground, but it's the ground floor. It's only way we can go is up, for sure. And like I say, we start the show with a fact. We end the show with a fact. We got the best intro outro music in the game. If you don't believe me,
I don't read no comments. I don't care what they say. Time and place, we can talk about it. Last night I was wildin'. Made 2K over 2K. It's a new day and I'm back to problem. Bank account be crowded. By next you don't need 5 rooms. Soundproof, watch them doubt it. Hey, they try to talk me out here. I done wasted some greatness just sitting there trying to think about it. I go John Moran, give all of my homies rollies. I'm a hot pick, rolling with me, gon' be low-key. Best believe it's more of us, but today I'm dolly. Grab me by the hand, damn, she don't even know me. Open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed them. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. Yeah. No one should be talking, eyes on podium. Yeah, look, open hit the corner for the 3, nobody noticed. Catch me out in traffic, keep it curry when I'm closing up. No one should be talking, keep your eyes on the podium. No one should be talking, yeah, eyes on podium. Triple doubles in my sleeve, got protection over me. I don't always gotta speak, but I always gotta speak. Going slow is not for me, ain't nobody holding me.